UnPAIRable, a game show where me and a randomly chosen friend have to complete a project together. Each friend and project is chosen randomly by these spinners every week, and we have to try to create the best thing we can with what we get. New episodes of UnPAIRable every Friday. Alright, so here we are now back with our spinner again for the second episode of UnPAIRable, where we have all of our different options. We got the voiceover, presentation, short story, short film, song cover, or we get to choose. And this time, I am here with Wilky. Say what's up, Wilky.
What's good?
How excited are you to do this?
I'm honestly super excited. I wanted to be first, but you know, only got that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it made for a good first episode because you didn't really want to do it. But I mean, which one do you, is there one that you really don't want to do, or one that you really want to do the most?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking I don't want presentation, but at the same time, I think we could make it really funny.
The presentation will be hilarious, bro. It'd just be a bunch of random
that's
pictures,
what I'm saying,
bro. I honestly really want the voiceover. I've been wanting the voiceover.
Honestly, yeah, no, the voiceover would be really fun.
It'd be so stupid because we could do it two ways. We could do one where we actually take it seriously, or we could just be so
Oh, I'm taking that seriously, baby. I've been working on voice acting classes.
All right, well, shoot, man. I guess you'd be ready to voice Goku when he's doing his scream, bro.
How about that?
Anyway, we're about to do our spin, man, to see what we gonna get. Whatever we get, I'll explain how it works. Basically, everything has its own little set of rules. I'll explain how it works when we get to it. But right now, we gonna spin and see what we gonna get. Honestly, I hope we don't get filmed. That's the only one, because that one's gonna be really freaking annoying.
That one's gonna be hard.
And we got the presentation.
Oh, all right. Got what I didn't want.
Oh, God. Oh, boy. All right. Well, how this one works is what we're going to do is each of us is going to go on Google and pick 5 random pictures that don't have to have any association with each other. And we're going to put them in a Google Slides. And what we're going to do is we're going to just alternate the pictures, and we just have to do a presentation on a random topic that I'm going to look up, and we got to try to keep it on task the entire time, freestyle. All right, so now I got to look through some pictures, guys. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I have no idea. I never thought I would get this, bro. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? Let's look up choking. What are these pictures, bro? These pictures freaking oh, God. What is that? What is that? Whatever, bro. We'll do this image. We'll do this image right here of this person choking right here and save it to our PC here. Well, we need 4 more pictures, bro. I have an idea. Yeah. Oh, for the people in the back. Let's see if we can get this. This is gonna make it so impossible. Why am I looking up a Skibidi Toilet picture, bro? Let's do this one. Let's do chugging water. What are these pictures, bro? I'm gonna go with this one, to be honest. This one is probably the most appealing looking thing here. We'll go with that one for the chugging water. Let's see. Let's think of something that's completely out of the ordinary. Alien invasion. Let's do alien invasion, bro. What the f— We'll do this one. This is a pretty nice stock photo, I think. It might be small because it's like they'll be stock. All right, and then we got an alien invasion. Then we got to think of one more picture, bro. Peppa Pig. Let's look at Peppa Pig. Why? This is so random. This is so random, dude. I don't know what I'm doing with these. All right, now Jank and Wilky present garbage. And so how this works is we are going to basically add an image to all of these. All right, so we're going to add our slides first. We'll add this one here. What the f— So that's the first slide right there. Then this one will be the next slide right here. It doesn't support that format style. Which one was that? That was the— oh, that was this. All right, so we need to find a better Skibidi Toilet picture. So, that one might work. What is this? What is this? That one works. All right. This is cursed. This right here is cursed. I don't know how they're gonna do this. All right, we got the alien invasion, which actually, this isn't where this is supposed to go, but it doesn't really, actually, this— no. We gotta put it in the right order. The water one goes first. All right, and then we have to do, we gotta do this one. This one right here. Peppa Pig. Now, we are all set to go. So now we're going to get undeafened and talk to Wilky and see how they're doing. So
let's get these images then. First one's great. I don't think he's gonna expect this at all. First, capybara, best animal in existence. He's not gonna know what to do with this. I think we go with this one. It's got all the kids in it. Oh man, he put me on the spot. He said 5. I gotta think of 5 things to grab. This is perfect. This is perfect. Oh man, he's gonna regret ever inviting me to this. I'm never gonna come back on this show. Oh hell yeah. Oh, look at this. They're a little baby snail. Perfect. Let's do it. Alright, one more. I think it'd be funnier if we just do a picture of a cinder block. Just look at this. Just a singular cinder block. Oh, you know, hold on, this one's even better. Perfect.
We UnPAIRable. We gonna work to see what we can make. We UnPAIRable.
all right, my pictures have been implanted into the presentation. So now I need yours. Oh, nice. What the the last one that you sent is not going to be an acceptable file.
You're
I'll
right.
tell you that much. So
Yeah, hold on.
this is going to be impossible. Looking at these, this fucking cinder block. All right. What the? I guess our presentation is ready to go. Now we're going to randomly generate our topic here. All right, fellas, we are about to pick the topic that we have to do for our presentation. Now, this website is it might be a little faulty for our purposes. So what might happen is I might have to generate multiple times just in case the topic we get doesn't work at all. But we're gonna generate a topic for us to present. We got all the pictures in the slideshow, and I'm going to rename the presentation so it's about our topic after, and then we're just gonna start presenting to you guys. So 3, 2, 1, generate. Fireman.
All right. Not gonna lie, that does not work for anybody.
No, it kind of works for mine, I guess. All right, guys, I guess we're gonna start the presentation, and I believe I have to go first. I don't remember. We're gonna find out how, like I said, how this is gonna work is every picture that I sent, they're gonna have to do, and then I'm gonna have to do the ones that they sent. So today, we are going to be presenting, me and Wilky are presenting our thing on firemen and the growing issues that they must endure. So, oh, this is you first.
One of the biggest issues of firemen, and you might get these two confused. It's actually not the one in red. It's the guy choking. One of the biggest issues is not having smoke inhalation, but not having a CPR certified med staff while you're eating breakfast at the firehouse.
What?
One of the many dangers that firemen in 2024 face.
This is true.
Choking.
This is true. Choking is a very huge fireman problem, bro. That's why they often have to shove the hoses down their throats to make sure that they can shoot the water down, save their lives.
Ayo.
All right, and and sometimes, often with firemen, you have to, as we explained, choking is a serious issue, and sometimes you have to go to pretty aggressive means. You know, there's often the Heimlich maneuver, and sometimes you just have to go swinging, I suppose. You know, or you know, if they often choke a lot, you usually have to make sure that they don't take solid foods as often, so you rely on the nice liquid form of chicken noodle soup. You know, that is all. These are just two of the very important ways to save somebody in the firehouse from choking, which is interesting that we are talking about firemen choking so often, when really we should be talking about some of the other issues that they have to deal with in the workplace in general. But if we're talking about saving firemen from choking, you know, you go the baseball bat route, smack them extremely hard in the belly, and make sure it shoots clean out of their mouth. Or you just, you know, after that, you just start to give them what they need that would be a little bit better for sustenance that won't get stuck in their throat. Forgot this was the next slide.
And here is actually image captured from one of the scenes. This was found on a child's computer. You know, fireman got the rest of the family out, but the mother was like, "Yo, my baby, where he at?" And fireman had to go in there, and he was just stuck there, glued, watching his laptop screen to this brain rot. And it's truly just an awful thing that firemen had to work around. Is Skibidi.
You know,
Kids are just addicted to it.
I did hear something about this though. I don't know if you heard the news about this relating to the firemen though. I'm not gonna lie. I learned that one of the firemen in the specific firehouse actually used this specific episode as a guide to make sure that they felt more brave in terms of doing a scene. They used this specific scene to figure out how to save someone once. I don't know. Did you hear that?
God help us all if they are using Skibidi to teach firemen. Go ahead.
You know, after that specific fireman that got stuck watching Skibidi Toilet, right? After they got stuck doing that, they actually had to kind of fix their brain here. And so what they did was, like, this fireman, he decided he had to go home to his wife, his loving wife. And he realized that in order to clear his brain of all the things that basically kind of, I don't know what the correct word is for this that's YouTube safe, but it basically, let's just use the word, it destroyed his brain, right? His brain. And
that's a word choice.
So when it did that to his brain, he realized that his wife might be the only solution to get it out of them. So she climbed atop his... Yes, and then they decided to get to creaking on the bed, right? Headboard banging against the wall, and they switched places, and he laid on top of her from the back, and so they did this, but they were slow about it.
Hold on,
they did this at a snail's pace because they wanted to make sure that it was slow enough to make sure that they forgot the trauma that occurred while he was watching Skibidi Toilet, and honestly. You know, we can say that it definitely broke both of them out of their shell, okay? And it made sure, especially going as slow as they did in the fashion that they did, I could say that he definitely saved himself from Skibidi Toilet. This fireman is a legendary man, and he had to endure a lot, okay? This is the same fireman that choked, by the way. Do you understand the amount of trauma that he went through?
One day for him.
This is exact one day. So when he went home to this... Wonderful experience for him. Oh God. Oh God.
You see, actually going kind of in reverse here. We're gonna talk about some firemen training they do, and a big thing they do, as you can see, this gentleman here, he's drinking all the water. That way, so when they're in the event of an emergency or they can't get the hose out in time, they can just regurgitate and use that water in their bodies to put out all the fires. So a lot of times you go to a firehouse, you'll see a wall lined with water jugs, and you know, typical firemen, they'll drink one or two of those within a couple minutes and they'll be good to go. Just like their own little personal jet stream, they can put out those fires their own. And I think the next slide you'll be able to really explain their training more.
Ooh, of course, yeah.
This really captures it.
This truly captures the aspect of their training, especially because of the fact that it's a family-based tradition. Okay, they have to come together and they all come as a group and they learn how to do this. They even have to teach their children how to do this. It can appear very animalistic in nature when they start downing this water, but also simultaneously, when you really think about it, since they're saving lives, it's kind of cute as well. So both animalistic and adorable, kind of like, you know, a capybara. So that is, and this truly does, it not only captures the aspect of the training, but the importance of it and how good it really feels to know how to deep throat a bunch of water and spew it back out to save lives. And you're saving, not only is this, like I said, this is a family act on multiple layers. You are doing this as a group with all of your firemen, and you're also saving other families with this strategy. And it's really just, it's just the idea of coming together. And the coming togetherness is just so important in a lot of ways for these firemen. And I think the next slide definitely highlights this very well. Oh
my God. I really wish you could have seen my face the last slide on how you looped that around. And now you're going to see me loop it around. Is that even an... Is this AI? That doesn't look... That's not the actual New York skyline. a lot of people would look at this picture and think, oh, this is one of the many dangers that firemen in New York could face. But you'd be wrong. This is actually future firemen. This is what they are training for, is to be able to move that water from that river and take it anywhere in the city they need to with their new patented firefighting flying disc. And yeah, no, I mean it's crazy to think of the ideas they have, if this will ever be achievable. But I think truly our New York City firemen could do it. I think this would be perfect for those cramped streets. Going through Harlem, you're not going to get through those blocks. Like, traffic's going to be backed up. You're going to need these flying water discs to bring the river to you.
That's a good slogan. Bring the river to you.
Bring the river to you. And I think this next slide really sells home to bring the river to you.
Not to mention, if there's ever a forest fire, you see that forest, bro, if they pick up the water, forest fires are a lot easier to deal with if they get these flying discs.
That's true. Yeah.
I knew it was going to be the freaking cinder block. Oh, my God. Oh, what the heck am I
Come on, we practiced.
When we did rehearse this, I'm just a little nervous. I get the nerves when we have to actually present. So, the really brings us home. Bring the river to you. This is a block, right? And you got to think, if we're bringing the river to you, we're bringing it around the block. Everything is going to get covered. Right. Everything is going to get covered by this river as if there's a fire, to the point where we're going to put everything out. And honestly, think about what this block is. It's stone. The heart that these people are going to need to be brave enough to go into fires massive enough with these flying discs. They need to be fearless. They need to be able to do this. And they need to be neutral as well. Because if they become kind of like the color gray that this block has, they need to be able to be neutral here. Because if they aren't, they're going to end up prioritizing things that they shouldn't. And they need to be able to do things for the greater good, covering the entirety of the city block. Especially because construction fires are pretty common as well. They need to be able to get to these places that actually have these actual blocks on them. And they need to be able to put these fires out. Construction sites are huge. They're massive. And the only way you're going to get these things to go out really fast is if we bring the river straight to them. That is the only way we're going to be able to do this. And honestly, like Wilky said, this slide definitely covers that very well. But so will the next one, especially about the concept of prioritizing and saving lives.
I was going to say, you'd be really good at that wiki game where you got to start at one thing and find the next thing, because God, what a stretch that was.
I did it. I stretched 3 times.
Yeah, no, as Jankster said, really important that firemen know what they're protecting. And this is actually an image of one of the firemen's families. They're actually dead. He just he keeps this image with him to remind himself of his failures, so he doesn't do it again. And his fellow firemen and firewomen and fire them don't have to suffer the same consequences from his own mistakes. And some people would say that's kind of morbid, but I think it's poetic. To keep a picture of your dead family in front of you, reminding yourself every day that you're a failure and you can do better.
Oh my
and
God.
I think the next and possibly final slide, is that the final slide?
I believe it is.
No, it doesn't even matter if it is. The next slide, I think, really just sells the absolute core values that modern firemen have to have today to do their job. And those core values are, I think I'll just let Jankster explain what those really are.
And it's family. It always comes down. We talked about this in the very beginning about how important family is, especially with the capybara slide. And here we are again, just togetherness, family, and working as a group all comes together, especially when your group that you cared about the most died and you have to use them as a guide. That is just how it works. Because if we look at this picture here, most of these animals probably died already. But like the parents have to go through it. They have to live with it, and they have to realize their mistakes, and they have to overcome them. I mean, come on. What are they doing right now, realistically? Not their job. So we need to make sure that you learn from the fact that if you do these things incorrectly, they're going to have severe consequences. But if you have another family in the future to replace the family that passed away, you'll know that you'll be able to take care of them because you learned from the family that died. And there's also the aspect, as I said, of togetherness. The firemen do have to work together. They need to deep throat that water. They need to make sure that they work together to bring the river home. There's just a whole bunch of very important topics in terms of being a group that we've learned through this presentation. And I hope that y'all are able to take with you as we, I hope after we explain how firemen work and how everything needs to go down in the fire system, that you take all these ideas and you move on with your life feeling like a new person that understands how firemen have to live and how difficult their job really is. And really just the theme of working together and staying as a group. Hit home. Go hug your family. And that is the end of the presentation.
I hope everybody learned something today.
I also hope. I hope so. I hope that everybody learned something. This was just... We worked really hard on this presentation. I mean, it took us... We studied for negative hours to get this to you. So I really hope that you were able to absorb everything that we did. And don't just forget it. You know, you didn't just listen to this. You heard it. So... How did we do? How do you think we did?
I didn't know how fireman was gonna work, but we found a way.
We went through every slide, and I think we made a smooth presentation somehow with this.
Yeah, somehow it worked just fine.
As someone who didn't want to do fireman initially, not fireman, presentation initially, how do you feel about having to have done it?
I kind of want to make another one.
See, presentation was more fun than you thought it was gonna be. I told you.
It was,
bro. It was just
telling you, if we ever loop back around to presentation, you're gonna regret ever putting me on that wheel.
Oh my god, bro. This is a safe YouTube channel. Bro, you know what? That was our presentation, man. I hope we did a good job. Let us know in the comments if you enjoyed our presentation and your favorite quote or whatever you had that you really memorized from this presentation, if you really felt like it was a good presentation. If you like this video, please give me a like at the bottom. If you haven't subbed yet, you know what to do. And with all that being said, fellas, we will catch you in the next episode of UnPAIRable. Peace out. Say peace out to the homies.
Yeah, peace, y'all.
We unparable. We gon' work and see what we can make. We unparable. Hoping we